I'm going to hand it to you because I don't know what the hell to do. There we go. Welcome back to another episode of Adventures with Ziems, a show where we go from the desert to the mountains and everywhere in between to showcase what the Four Corners has to offer. I'm here with Derrick McCullough of Blues Baits. Derrick, first off, tell me a little bit about Blues Baits, how you got started, and what you guys have been doing.
You know, sometimes anytime you talk about starting a business, you don't have that much time, right? But it all starts with a dream of wanting to do something with your life and your complacency and where you're at. And you start to grow and you start to make things happen. So Blues was started in 2018. Really, we started in 2006 when I was active duty Air Force over at Beale, California. Got out of the Air Force, came back here in 2009, and just purity events, and had some work buddies that were like, Derrick, you really need to get out of the nest. You need to start making baits again, and you need to start selling tackle. So we did in 2018, and we have just been so very blessed. The communications and the doors that have opened for us throughout the years have just been wonderful. Not only has it just been a great time with my wife and I, but getting the son out of the deal. And that's another part of the story you'll probably hear throughout the day, just a neat story that comes along with that. But we're out here at beautiful Navajo Lake, and we are gonna hook some fish today. So Mike, if you're ready to saddle up, let's go get our boat on the water and go hook some fish.
Let's do it.
When we're fishing with spinning rods, what we're gonna wanna do is we're gonna grab the line with our finger, pull it in, flip the bail, toss it out, okay? And the bait's just gonna kind of go to work for us. We're slowly gonna bounce it around and swim it around. You can see it in the water down there. Looks really natural. Let's see if we can't get bit. Here you go.
Okay.
So you can see here, we're marking fish. Here's the cables. I'll turn this so you can see it. Here's the cable structure on the bottom. Can you see it all? Mm-hmm. So I can turn off the range lines there, so you can see a lot better now. There's the cable structure all the way down there underneath. And then you'll see suspended fish off the top of this cable structure. You see them right there? Those fish are 20 feet down. See them right there?
Okay.
And then this is the bottom. So what, if we took a piece of paper and we folded that piece of paper in half, and we took that half and made a flat plane, that's what you're seeing. This is the motor line here. So here's the cables as they're running, they're dropping off this ridge right here. Okay, so we're out here, we're fishing these rocks. The fish have moved up in the, they're getting ready to spawn. So we're in a pre-post spawn time. So the fish are really hungry. So they're cruising the banks, they're looking for something to eat. And so what we're gonna try off first is we made this special jig head, and we call it our Texas rig Ned heads. And so it's gonna be a weedless way that we're gonna hook a tube. So I'm gonna dig that out of the box for you. We're gonna get you set up. We'll be right back. All right, we're back. So, little technical difficulty. Our electric motor is dead. So we're having to use our kicker. If you come back here, here's our kicker. So our little kicker's doing all the work for us today. And so what we would normally be doing, we'd be fishing these coves, we'd put a spot lock on our anchor, and then it would hold us here with our electronics. But we don't have that feature today, so we're just grinding it out. Let's go to work. Neutral. Oh. You ready for this to happen?
Mm-hmm.
Toss those right up there.
Okay.
Neutral? Are you in neutral? Okay.
Yep.
Man, there was some donks in these tires the other day. On Monday.
I think I'm stuck. I think
there's one right there, a big one. See him in the water right here? See him right there in the water. By that tree. See that tree? Just keep watching. So they came out of the tires, followed the bait. Get ready. And they'll throw your bait by that tire.
Okay.
Yep. All right. Good cast, Mike. So what we're at now is, so our fish have moved up. We already talked about how we're in a post spawn. So what we're going to have Mike do, we're going to have Mike toss this tube up here, and we're going to bounce along the banks on the bottom. So normally we'd be fishing 20, 30 feet off of those tires, but that kicker turns super slow. It's made for long, straight runs, is what it's made for trolling. Salmon, pike, walleye, any of that stuff.
So in Navajo Lake, what kind of fish can you expect to find?
So here we're looking for smallmouth bass, largemouth bass, maybe a big crappie off of a tube, and pike. There he is right there, I got a bite.
Ooh.
Oh shoot, I dropped him. Okay. You okay? Did you get tangled?
I broke my line.
You broke it off?
I lost one of your baits too.
Hey, look, the seagull just ate that fish.
Save some for us.
I know. Let me get you tied on, brother. So what we're doing here, basic fisherman knot. So let me show you this knot. So we're gonna take it through. We're gonna go through the eye of our hook. Okay, right through the eye of our hook. We're gonna make 7 twists. 2, 4, 5, 6, 7. We got a hole at the bottom right here. We're gonna go through that hole. And then we're gonna go through the hole we just made, pull our tag end out, cinch it down. And teeth aren't for cutting fish in line. Ever. Kids.
Uh-oh.
Uh-oh. That's an uh-oh. Nice save.
There's not any fish on the ramp.
Just keep going there, babe. Keep going forward.
No fish on the ramp.
Hey.
That was a good cast though, wasn't it?
Huh?
That's a pretty good cast though.
That was great cast. You might have a better chance of snagging us a sandwich.
So Derrick, can you tell us a little bit about fish habitat and kind of what fishermen look for when they're trying to catch one of these guys?
Absolutely. So what we're going to be looking for is structure in the water. And one good tip for what we look for, if you see this bank, do you see how we have a steep bank here? Chances are we're going to have a steep bank coming off into the water. If we have a sloping bank, like we can see up here, we're going to have a sloping bank coming out. So fish always like flats, and they like transitional things. So where we find a steep bank matching a sloping bank, good chance we're going to find fish there. Hang on with us. Let's see if we can't hook one.
So you got Navajo Lake.
Yes.
Then you've got the dam.
Yes.
And then below that you've got the San Juan River. Correct?
Yes.
And that's that's pretty good fly fishing.
That's
right?
pretty good for trout. You know, and you could throw some spinner baits. We make some spinners that are good for the river down there too. We make a really nice trout jig. That's good down there. This Four Corners is really loaded with a lot of good fishing and hunting opportunities. We're pretty blessed to be positioned up in here. And there's an old skit that talked about location, location, location. That's a big part of it. If you're not catching fish, you're probably not where the fish are at. So we're working hard to try and find some fish so we can, oh, Mike just found a ton of them. Did you see all those fish chasing that bait up?
I shouldn't have gone so fast.
Yeah.
My bait was too fast for the fish.
Your bait was too fast. Whole school of fish that came up with Mike's bait.
Okay, so the first rule is don't fall off the boat.
Don't fall off the boat. The second rule of fishing is no bananas. No bananas.
Or maybe that's the first rule.
First rule, you know what? That's probably it. Because if you would have brought a banana and fallen in, that would have all been a banana.
If I brought a banana and I fell in, that's why I fell in. It's because I brought a banana.
Fault. Okay, just cast it up there. At least you'll get us a little closer to the rocks. Yep, now let that sucker sink.
right, I'm going to hand it to you because I
You are
don't
gonna
know
hand
what
that
the
to
hell
me.
to do. There we go.
So this is Mike's first Navajo Lake bass. Mike, will you flip the bell for me?
I sure will.
All right.
Oh, they're good. He's a baby. He'll live for a long time.
So, as always, first one of the day.
Cool.
Put it back in there, Mike. Catch another one.
All right.
Mike caught a fish today. We never quit,
That's right.
ever. Mike's like, what do I do? Reel it in.
Oh,
Get him, Mike. Get him. Yeah.
is that the same one?
No.
It's a different one. Look at that
Flip
guy.
your bell.
All right. That's number 2, okay. That one's bigger than the last one.
Maybe.
Closer to the camera.
Closer to the camera.
Are they the same kind of fish? What kind of fish
Yeah,
is that?
smallmouth bass.
Smallmouth bass.
So, one of our very smallmouth bass at Navajo Lake. Mike, you want to let your fish go in honor of your
yes, oh, sure. There you go, little buddy. I'll catch you again.
You're about to see some Jedi stuff right here.
I'm like, got it?
Reverse that way.
Wow.
I got it.
Nice.
That's how he comes to the lake all the time by himself.
we impressed that
He
guy.
doesn't need me.
Okay, let's roll.
Nice. So we just finished up.
Yeah.
Derrick, tell us walk us through the day and how things went. And is that a typical day of fishing for you? or
It wasn't because my motor went out, but we had a great day of fishing and we caught fish. And so we want to go over a few things that we did that made us effective in catching fish. So I brought a few things out on the table. One is stick bait. There's a lot of different manufacturer stick baits, but one of the stick baits that we used were Blues baits. We got a lot of bites, but we just could not get anything to commit. The wind came up about 14 miles an hour today, but green pumpkin stick baits is one of the baits that we used. Another one of the baits we got quite a few bites on and just could not get the fish to commit was a 4-inch tube. Green pumpkin is a great color out here on our lake. So a 4-inch tube is another really good bait that we have. One of our new products we started out with when we first had the motor issues was one of our new Live Series minnows. And we put this on Mike's rod and we threw it up in some of the shallows. And what a great finesse soft plastic bait. We talked about fishing light, very versatile. Kids can catch fish with this bait all over the country, okay? San Juan River, you can catch fish. Navajo Lake, you can catch fish with this. Again, green pumpkin back with a foil in the belly, just a great bait. And what really brought it home for Mike, the big slugger there, was the Gets It tube. You want to take kids fishing at the lake, this is just a crucial bait to catch fish on. We don't make this, Gets It makes it, but if Mike can catch fish on here in Navajo, anybody can catch fish out here in Navajo. So Mike's a great fisherman. And some of our jig heads. So we use just an 1/8 ounce jig head and they work all around. So we had a great day. The wind came up on us a little bit. We had an electrical motor problem. Everything was working fine until it don't. But we had fun. Mike's a great conversationalist. Learned a lot, picked up some good stuff from him. And we just really thank you for partnering with Blues.
Absolutely.
And Ziems taking the time to put this together.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Thank you.